Hi, good evening. This is Centric Property Anna Ng. Okay, hello Kelly, hello Tony, hello Lin Lin, hello Harry Lee. Thanks for tuning in. Tonight I'm sharing a bit about the CPF Dependants Protection Scheme, the DPS. Okay, feel free to give your comments or questions. If I know the answer, I will surely share with you over here. So previously I mentioned that I would like to share more about legacy and stuff. So I realized that quite some people I know, when they have someone who passes on in the family, right? A loved one passes away, the family members usually do not know what to do, because in Singapore not many of us have wills done up. At the same time, for most of us Chinese, we find that it's a taboo to do up a will when we are not going to die yet. So it's become a taboo. Even my dad is not having a will himself. So, but I realized that when I was doing insurance many years ago in 2006, I came across this family that the the son and the daughter-in-law died in an explosion in Toa Payoh industrial area. This was a very scary story that shook Singapore, because nobody expect an explosion would really happen in an industrial area in Singapore, especially in Toa Payoh, and that it really took the lives of people who is working inside. So it was years later when I came across their family members, and this couple had already passed on for quite a few years. And then I realized that the family who was left behind is having a hard time, because the deceased couple actually left behind a 8-month-old baby, and also the deceased couple left behind their aging parents who are quite unable to work and find money for themselves for even the day-to-day expenditures. Okay, and of course the old parents have to take care of the young little baby boy on their own. So what happened was, as that time I was an insurance agent, and then I started to look into the assets to see what monies can I dig out for them so that their lives could be better in a way. Of course, as an insurance agent, you don't really have to do it this way, but sometimes when you find that your clients need some help and they don't know where they can find money from, I find that it's also part of my expertise to help them find out where their monies might be hiding away from them, to uncover, so that they could get some relief from the monies that actually belong to them. Okay, so um, okay, so hi John, hi Gerard, hi Jay, hi David Xia, hi Chang CW, hi Julia. Okay, so in this case, when I talked to the family, they were not sure that the couple actually died in an explosion, which is considered an accident. So they didn't know, the very old parents who are Mandarin educated, Chinese educated family, they do not know. They do not know where can they find the monies to survive on, because of the little baby in tow that's still so young. So they were pretty helpless. So as I look into the assets and possibilities, I realized that there might be a chance that the young couple who died, I think in their early 30s or late 20s, right? They might have some CPF funds hiding somewhere. Okay, so when I wrote into CPF, then I realized that they actually still have this DPS for one of them. Okay, because they're self-employed, so one of them do not have much CPF funds. As such, one of them actually do not have the CPF Dependent Protection Scheme. But very fortunate is the wife, who is a Singaporean citizen. She herself has some CPF funds. I think she died in her early 30s, if I'm not wrong. Okay, and Because of that, I was able to trace that actually under DPS, she did have a cover. Okay, she did have a cover. And after I exchanged a few emails and callings with the CPF board, and I managed to find out that yes, a claim could be made possible. Okay, because they still have parents and the child, needing this money from the DPS, and there is such funds. Okay, so eventually we did manage to retrieve out about half of the monies out for the little boy, and the other half will be reserved until the boy turns 18 or 21. I can't remember offhand. So they managed to retrieve out about 20,000 plus cash at the upfront, and then to wait until the little boy turns of age. So today, why am I sharing this? It's because a lot of us Singaporeans, or even PRs who has been converted to Singaporeans, you do not know that actually our government takes care of us in such a way that we do have this DPS. I just read the CPF board's website, right? It says that it's non-compulsory. If you really don't want this, you can take it away. But actually, I would like to share further with you today is that actually this DPS, right, is very, very cheap. It's a yearly kind of premium, and it's deducted from your CPF OA or SA. And now today I want to share with you is how does it actually cover you. I want you to be more aware of how this can help your family if in the event that one of you pass away, or one of the family member pass away. How is this funds going to be claimable? Okay, hang on. So allow me to bring you to the CPF page. Right. So I read from here, it says that prior to 1st April, it was about 46,000 or 47,000 thereabout is assured for this amount. And for some terminal illness and death, if I'm not wrong. Okay, for more info, you could actually come down into this link that I've provided for you. Then you could come in to take a look. Okay, so what happened is that it says here that the premium is payable depending on the age of your last birthday, and your premium can be paid from CPF or OA. And then the yearly premium is for a sum assured of $46,000 based on age and regardless of gender. So if assuming, let's say like that customer's case, they pass away 34 years and below, the yearly premium to them is really very cheap, $36 only. $36 per year, but they're covered for like 46,000. You may think that it's not a lot of money, 46,000, but if imagine both of them left suddenly, just a 8-month-old baby and two aging parents. This money is very handy for them to use. Okay, it's very, very useful. So, okay, then from 1st of April, there are some changes. So find the changes in this link. Let me bring you to the link. Okay. So notice that there's some differences. From 1st of April 2021, oh, it seems that the coverage has gone up, but the premium has gone down. Right. So in a way, I'm looking forward to it, because this means that actually our government is able to get an even better deal from the insurer for us. Okay, for us all. Okay, so if you do have any questions that you might want to ask, you can ask now, or you can go to the link that I've provided for you, and then you can go back under the frequently asked questions FAQ. Okay. Okay, so first of all, I want to share. Just a minute. Okay, there's this thing about CPF, right? I want to share is that the CPF nomination don't cover the DPS. Okay, so meaning to say, you know that we all have CPF funds. We have it in the OA, ordinary account, which usually we use it to buy our property, right? And then we have the SA, which is the special account, growing at about 4% per annum, right? So that one, sometimes we use it for investments, online investments, maybe unit trust or with your insurer or with the bank sometimes. Okay. In fact, your OA funds can also be used for investment, but most of us, we don't touch it because we tend to use it for buying of houses. Okay. So for the last one is medical MediSave. Okay. MA, but we don't use the MA to pay for such. So for your DPS is actually payable through your OA and SA. Okay. So right now I want to highlight to you is that first of all, the nomination, when you nominate your CPF funds means, for example, what if I die? What happens? So if I die, right, before I die, of course I want to nominate someone to take over my CPF funds, right? It's stuck in my CPF accounts, right? So if once a person dies, then the CPF accounts, everything is like sort of like frozen inside until someone, your next of kin, with the will or maybe with the letters of administration or the grant of probate if it's with a will, then you go down and collect this, right? Maybe you write into CPF board or yeah, write into CPF board to ask for the CPF funds, right? But that is under the nomination. So usually actually we do a nomination and the will doesn't come in. But if it's unnominated, then you have to check with the CPF board again. Okay. So this nomination don't cover the DPS. So you cannot say that, oh, I want to give to whoever. So it will fall under either you have will or no will, lor. Okay, and the rules of Singapore. Okay, the laws of Singapore. Okay, now the second thing I need to highlight to you is that the DPS is actually deducted yearly. So it's really, if you look at the cost again, back to this one, right? Back to this page. I'm going to show you. Okay, hang on a second. Let me show you that page. Hang on. Okay, should be this one. Yeah, so if you look at this page where it shows the age and everything again, notice that it's really very cheap and affordable and it's deductible from our CPF funds. Right. Okay. Oh, my note 3 disappeared. Okay, never mind. So first of all, the CPF nomination don't cover the DPS, Dependent Protection Scheme. This Dependent Protection Scheme is more like an insurance that you bought through your CPF funds. Okay. And then note that for this DPS, which is the Dependent Protection Scheme, right? The premium is yearly, means you pay only once a year through your CPF OA or SA. Okay. And then, of course, if someone passes on in the family, don't forget that if they fall within 60 years old or 64, you can always write into CPF board to check whether if there's any monies or insurance, left hanging and not collected. Okay, because all these funds could come out to be really handy and useful for the remaining balanced family members. Okay. Okay. Let me see if there's still more things I can point out to you to share. Okay, so maybe look at this one. Hang on a second. Let me stop the screen sharing and then I share with you the actual page again. On this part, I want to point and highlight to you what exactly is this DPS I'm talking about. Anna has been going on and on about DPS. Okay, can you see my screen right now? Okay, it's a term life insurance scheme. Term life insurance scheme actually meant that it's not a savings plan. So in other words, every year you're paying it like going to nothingness, right? For a protection just in case. So if nothing happens, you don't get back the money. And this term life insurance, that's why it's so cheap, right? Okay. So in case the insured members meet an untimely death, suffer from terminal illness or total permanent disability. So for total permanent disability, different insurers, they have different ways of determining whether you are really total permanent disabled or not. Some people say 4 out of 16, some people say 6 out of 16. So really have to check with the insurer. So understand that today, right, the dependent protection scheme is administered by Great Eastern Life and NTUC Income. And then it's up to 46,000 and it covers you up to 60 years old. So after that, from 1st April 2021, if I'm not wrong, I read somewhere from the CPF website, right? It says will be taken over by Great Eastern Life. Okay. Okay. So as of now, it's still under Great Eastern Life and NTUC Income. So depending on like I think me and my husband, ours is different. So one is Great Eastern and one is NTUC. It's assigned by the government. So we just pay. Okay. So why do you think this is actually important, and why am I highlighting this to you? Because of course this is really insurance. This is actually not my area, right? But you see, when you talk about legacy, we often talk about, okay, property, your bank deposits, your bank monies, right? We talk about insurance. Then we talk about CPF, but a lot of people really forget about CPF. So tonight, why am I sharing about this is value added for my clients and my friends who are always supporting me here. So I just want to share on this part that most people forget, right? And true enough, really, my that friend whose brother and sister-in-law passed away, the whole family, so many of them, they are all educated, except of course the parents are Chinese educated, but the rest of the siblings, they are adults and English educated. They also forgot about this. So I just want to highlight to you all that this money, don't forget to collect from the to check with the CPF board and of course the private insurer, okay, that you're tied to. Okay, so 不要小看这个46000, don't look down on this 46,000, right? Okay. So if you all have any comments or questions, you can actually state down here, and if I do see it, I'll be happy to share more with you, or I can find out for you if I don't know the answer. Okay. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, hi Dennis Chung, hi David Xia, hi Jay, hi Gerard, John, Julia, Chang, Song Heng, Annie, Tristan, Jessica, Joe Doyle, Amina, Chun Huat Alex, John Ng, and Bala Prakash. Yeah. So okay. So for most of my live videos, which I think is very interesting, I usually will repurpose this into a YouTube. Okay, so that if you are looking for this, you can always look for this video through my client-centric property channel again in YouTube. You should be able to reach out to this, right? And I'll also make sure that I put in the link to the CPF website for you, right? Okay. Okay, so if you're wondering, right? Oh, so the DBS, when money comes out, is it CPF monies or is it cash? It's cash. It's a check. Okay, it's a check. It's a check. Because that time I remember this thing was really forgotten for quite many years. And then until I came into the picture to lend my helping hand. So we have to deal with the OA, official assignee, or I can't remember, is it OA or the public trustee or something. Yeah, I can't remember, is it OA or is it the public trustee we have to deal with. Okay, we have to liaise with them. Okay, So yeah, so if you would have any questions, feel free to check with me right now, or you can actually go to the link that I've provided for to look into it yourself. Okay, so it's something extra to protect your family lah, just in case. You see, property is, why are we buying properties and investing in property? We invest in property is not just for the money now. What about, a lot of people like to say, you want to pay for your property until you die? Actually, to me, I don't think there's anything wrong if I pay for my property until I die, so long as I pay rather comfortably with my income every month, that I can sustain it comfortably, right? Comfortably. So what happens if happen that really I accident or something, and really is not there anymore in the picture, no longer living. But there is this thing called the MRTA, mortgage reducing term assurance. So if you have bought that as well, then your house could have become free to your family, and they get to stay for free. And it's an asset already because it's fully paid for. Let's take, for example, it's a condo or even a HDB. If it's already, you have the HPS for HDB, it's called the Home Protection Scheme. So if you have bought that as well, and really someone in the family whose name is tied in as the owner, they have bought this HPS as well, it covers the rest of the other family members, right? In the event, touch wood, the father dies, the whole family will still get this house free to stay, and they need not give up the house just because they couldn't pay, or the sole breadwinner is no longer there anymore. So that's the beauty of planning for legacy, and planning of assets, as well as getting the knowledge to know that there are some things that you can really fall back on in case really someone you love dearly is gone. And then what are the things that you can look for to sustain the family if in the event that really the sole breadwinner is gone. Okay, so yeah, so with that, tonight I think I will end my sharing. Okay, so if you're looking for someone to discuss about your managing of your assets, or for example, you want to upgrade, or you want to sell, or you want to buy, or to rent out a whole unit, you can look for me. I'll leave my contact in the comments below later on. Okay, so that's all for tonight, and thanks for being here with me. This is Client Centric Property Anna Eng signing off. Bye bye.